Hey y'all, it's your fellow human being himself, Leo here. Just wanting to do a quick demo of Adobe Podcast AI's noise removal tool, otherwise known as Project Shasta, if I'm not mistaken. So where I found this is from a video done by Tony Barth. If I haven't mentioned him before on the channel, he's a blind YouTuber that focuses on Reaper and accessibility related topics. And he did a video on how effective this AI noise removal tool is for podcasting purposes to make your voice clips sound more like they're produced in a professional audio setting, like they're as if they were in a studio. So I've tried it before for those purposes, and just like him, I've kind of had mixed results. And if you want to check out that video, definitely check it out. Definitely support his channel. But I was like, let me come back to this and let me test it out with different musical examples as well as an ambient example of me just walking around in my local college. And I've got some very interesting results. Some of it kind of funny, some of it just very interesting. So I have 3 clips here. I'm going to play the first 2 music clips of the original audio back to back, and then I'm going to play the processed version of the music clips back to back as well. And then I'm going to talk about what I kind of found interesting and what you probably have observed. And then I'm going to go into the final clip, and then that's about it. So here we go. So this is the original audio. The first clip is me doing mouth trumpet while I'm in a hallway at my college. And the second clip is my friend Tom Pham playing piano at his house. Now, here's what happens if you pass that through Adobe Podcast AI's noise removal tool.
And with the facts of factor plus the network mode, it's the different heights of factor such as the word. So fast as that and by lot and that they were factor, but things improve with that the right was there from the end. And fit on the type of factor plus the public toilet, and this not the type of factor brought by him there. For by both and that was factor.
As you can kind of tell, it reduced everything. It reduced the reverb, which is what you want if you want to do audio, if you want to do podcasting. But it's interesting in that it decided to, like for both cases, for the mouth trumpet and for the piano, it didn't recognize them as instrument-like sounds or anything like that. It recognized it as some speech-like sound and then decided, hey, let's just add some auto-tune. At least that's what it sounded like to my ears, especially with the piano clip. I'm trying to still figure out what the piano clip is saying. But yeah, that's the musical example side of things. It reduces the background noises, which is great. But instead of enhancing the musical noise, it kind of applies some sort of auto tune to the voice to try to create some speech out of the sounds it's receiving. So I don't know what you would do with that, but if you're like, hey, I have some music here and you don't know what the heck to do, definitely pass it through Adobe Podcast AI's noise removal tool to see what happens. If it doesn't clean up your speech, it probably gives you some weird manipulating output that's pretty cool. The final clip is, it has some speech in it, but I just picked up something where I'm just walking around and asking directions to a place. So we're gonna see how that sounds. Question: is there a side door to enter to building 3?
I can help you.
Where,
Come to you. Like my voice.
if there's anything,
Come straight.
should I be careful with canvas?
Yeah. Like take your hand.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, you can lead the way.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Welcome.
The door's open.
Gracias. Thank you. Have a wonderful one.
You too.
Question: is there a side door to enter to building 3?
Or come here. Like,
If there's anything, should I be careful with canvas?
like, sit it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can lead the way. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Welcome.
The door.
Gracias. Thank you. Have a wonderful one.
You too.
Okay, so I kind of like this clip because it almost felt like a dubbed kung fu movie of some sort, where you're like, the audio sounds too processed to be natural, and at some points it almost sounded like as if the AI was applying some auto tune to kind of try to get some speech out of what it heard. So what I like about this clip as an example is that if you hear it, two things come to mind. If you're listening closely to the original speech, that's not what the person is saying. But on the other hand, it's very interesting that apart from doing the reduction job correctly and capturing, for the most part, all my voice, it almost creates some speech that wasn't really there to begin with. So partly because I was far away from the other person, it just captured the voice. It captured maybe some parts of the frequencies of the voice and basically filled in what it wanted to hear. And that's just something I guess you can play around with, is like having a piece of audio where you're speaking and then you hear another person speaking in the background, to kind of see what would happen if that was actually, if you actually pass it through the AI noise removal tool, because it's creating speech as well as reducing background noise, and it's not counting that other speech as background noise too, which is interesting because I'm the main one speaking and you can hear me audible. It should be that could happen, but it may also be that it's trying to capture as many things that are human-like as possible to try to squeeze out as much speech as it can. So definitely mess around with that. Mess around with making instrument-like noises with your mouth and passing it through Adobe AI noise removal tool and see what pops up. The tool is free, and the link is below to where you can sign up to use it for free, as well as the video for Tony's review of the product as well. So hope that may be helpful. Keep safe, and shalom.